Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is 12:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Thursday. I'm Andrew. Here's Harren. Hopefully this week we've got our echo situation sorted out. I'm pretty sure I know what the problem was, but let's just do a quick test. Harren, how you doing, bro?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Now, guys, if you just heard Harren and didn't hear an echo, please give us a thumbs up.
Yes.
Or if you did, tell us what's going on. Oh no, but we still got the issue with not being able to see people's names. That's a bit of a problem. Okay, we see Sam. No echo.
Hey.
Yes.
One step at a time.
So, who wants to hear a funny story about Ethereum? Anyone? Anyone at all? So, Ethereum's been doing some funny stuff this week. It's been going up and down. It's been fluctuating $40 to $50 a day between around 60 and 18.20. Okay, so that's $60, right? It's been fluctuating that. And I've been watching it for the last 3 or 4 days. I'm like, man, I really should have done it when I was going to. I'm going to sell. So I sold last night at 18.20, anticipating that it dropped to 17.60 and bop-boom. It rises to 19.15. Ah, damn it!
Yeah. You know.
Harren's got an even worse story.
Trust me, I've got short wins. I'm actively trading. And I was up all the way to like 5:30 this morning, and I was doing some trades here and there. Made some quick bucks. And then the moment I decide to go to sleep and come back, that's when the sneaky bugger is literally doing all this messy stuff. It's like,
can you believe it?
But anyways, it will get better.
Cool, so apparently we're very clear. The sound is good, so I am very, very happy about that. I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is. See, we use this amazing little machine called a Podcaster Pro, and it does this cool stuff. It does all this sort of cool stuff. Because it's a multi-channel device, you can choose that in your settings on your Mac. You can choose to have it multi-channel, and because I had it multi-channel last week and not just the stereo, which is what it needed to be for this, it was getting the feed twice. Although that doesn't explain why I wasn't echoing, so on that theory I should have been echoing too. So anyway, we've fixed it, so that's the main thing. We've got a lot of good questions.
Are we live?
Yeah,
we are live, right?
We're live. We've got 52 people with us. Hey, how you doing? I hope you're having an amazing week. Obviously, some plenty of good announcements been coming out. Who's excited about getting a 12-word seed phrase? Are you excited about getting a 12-word seed phrase?
Hey, they're just adding up to the pile of 12 seed phrases I got.
Are you drunk? 12 seeds of phrases I got.
No, what I mean is I've got many other 12 seed phrases, and I'll be adding more on top of that.
I got it. Bro.
I just hope that I don't jumble it up.
Yeah, well, yep. No, that'd be pretty dangerous if you do. So, hey, what I do want to do is give people a word of caution. If you are crypto savvy, if you know what to do with 12-word seed phrases, if you know all about crypto wallets, fantastic. That's amazing. There's going to be people in your downline, in your team, maybe not even in your team. Oh, what are you grateful for, guys? I am absolutely grateful to be here with you guys and have no echo. Yep, 100%. So
exactly. That's what I'm grateful for, no echo.
We got it sorted. So, you guys, if you do have that crypto knowledge about wallets, about seed phrases and things like that and the importance thereof, then please assist the people in your downlines. I know there's going to be plenty of workshops on it, but as Rita rightly pointed out last night, statistically speaking, we are going to have people that lose them. We're going to have over 250,000 people essentially in the first few weeks registering for that wallet, getting their 12-word seed phrase and losing it. And we don't want that. So you want to, the first thing I'm going to do, even if I delete it afterwards, it's fine. The first thing I'm going to do is take a screenshot. So I've got them, okay, just in case I never get away from it or whatever. Remembering you can relaunch your wallet anytime with that 12-word seed phrase, but you must have those 12 words and they must be in the right sequence. Otherwise, you're up shit creek.
Cool. So I'll just share some of my experience, how I used to do it. As Andrew said, screenshots are the one way as long as you know how you are storing them and you're not giving public access to every single person. Take your time with it. And the best way I've always found is actually writing them down yourself
Hmm.
and keeping them in, like, maybe if you have a safe at home or whatever, just chuck a copy in there. You never know when it will come handy.
Yep.
Because about 2 3 years back, my father forgot the password to the blockchain. Well, blockchain.com, the big blue B that we used to have.
Hmm.
We forgot the password, and the password we remembered few days later, but then was panicking for 3 days, and then nowhere we could find the seed phrases that was snapshot. And then he actually wrote it down and put it in the safe. We opened it up, and it was like 2 days later. He's yeah, I actually wrote it down, and there was a copy. So always write it down as well and store it somewhere. That's always going to be one of those best things you ever did, um, by experience. That's all.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I remember too. I got an Exodus wallet on my laptop here on my Mac, and when I upgraded my Mac, I had to reinstall that, and I had a panic going, "Oh my god, where's my?" And there was about $40,000 in there at the time. I was like, "Oh no, where's the 12-word C phrase?" But then I remembered that a good friend of mine helped me through it the first time as well, and made sure that I saved it in multiple places, and I just had to find the hard drive that it was on, which I have, which I travel with. So, yeah. Just make sure that you're on top of it, guys. That's the big thing.
Yeah,
Because tell you what,
absolutely.
that could be heartbreaking.
Absolutely.
What about tattooing? You were, hey, not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Although it does make
tattoo
it
and
visual
everybody
for
else
everyone,
will. Exactly. It's
unless
what
you
I
get
was.
it somewhere like, never mind. Right. So, have you had a chance to have a look at the questions yet today, Heron?
Yes, I actually have it right in front of me, and there's one very vague question, okay, from Mr. Grant Cooper, and why only give specials to early birds? Not everyone is up to task yet? Question mark. So I think it's probably just kind of speaking about in general terms on why we reward the people come in first and the people come in later. Do you understand that question?
Yeah, I can't read it fully because for whatever reason the printer here doesn't print out the top. So I'm pretty
Ah,
sure it's up
right.
here. So I can't see it. Sorry.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think I would say it's a marketing thing. With usually I can only speak in general terms. Okay, usually early birds are done is for people to get in quick, so you
Yep.
get the best perks that's attached with it. So, for example, when it comes to Eventi, we will tell people like come and get this ticket now. The ticket's going to be at least 50% cheaper.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
what's the perk there? You're getting it cheaper. Similarly, if you're going to buy a certain package at an earlier time, of course you're going to get more. Then later on, where you're going to get less. And I would just simply put this in. Let's not complicate it.
Yep.
It's a simple marketing strategy.
It is, and the other way to think about it is, you're not actually, even if you're not in that early bird phase, you're not missing out on anything, because the price is the price, right? So let's say it's $1,000, whatever. Okay, I'm just using that as an arbitrary figure. It's $1,000. It's always $1,000. Even to you, it's $1,000. But just because if you're a fast mover and incentivized, you might be able to get it for 750. So the price is still the price. So nobody's missing out on anything. It's just incentivizing those people to act quick. And you know what? That's a marketing tactic that's as old as time almost.
Simple.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's where we would put it. So yeah.
Now we have another question here from Rawinia Wilson. Other people may know her from
Hi,
her other name
Ravinia.
of love, Araha. Hi guys, what are the daily upload limits and spend at ATM machines purchases for each of the cards in UG Pay system, and also annual spend, please? How far away the cards, if known? Not 100% sure on how far away the cards are. I believe they're not too far away.
Hmm.
Now it depends on what card you get for your spend limits as well. Like, I mean, I think that the top card, the $500 a year card, is unlimited.
Yeah,
Just for ATM,
that
not
is the
100% sure.
biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest. That has the biggest allocations for spending and top ups. However, there's a related question here, since we are in the UGPay GUP kind of situation here. Tony Pipes have asked, can we transfer our units from API and Evorich to Global Unit Pay? And I would say no, because you got to treat it differently, because Global Unit Pay is within the banking system, so the regulations and certain methods and process that we follow has to comply with the banking laws.
Yeah.
However, the API Evorich CRU tabs that you have in the back office, it's our very own little sandbox. As Valentine said last week, it's our own system. It's an internal debit and credit system. However, when it comes to global unit pay, think about it that it's an actual bank.
Mm.
It might not look like one yet or might not feel like one yet. However, every single backend that we have is very similar. Maybe the front is not as pretty as how a bank needs to look like yet, but it's coming. That's all I would say. Andrew, would you like to add anything to that?
Now, look, what I'd say is there's no way to do it directly like you can between the API and CRU, okay? However, you can all put it into the CRU tab and then withdraw it via blockchain, i.e. Bitcoin or Ethereum or something, and redeposit it that way. Obviously, there is Bitcoin available to get it into, and that's one of the questions that's in here now as well. There is Bitcoin available inside of GUP to be able to upload that way. So that's one of the ways of doing it. I know that CE's done it quite successfully, and she said the fees were minimal on the way through. I don't know. She said it cost her $7. I don't know how much she was transferring, so I can't give you a percentage. I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah. So this is another one that sort of relates. Can our CRU tab bonuses be transferred to our blockchain wallet? It would be in the same process. So not directly, no. You'd have to convert them to a cryptocurrency and do it that way. So when that's up and available, you'll be able to do it there. I don't know. There may even be an option to transfer it to USDU. I'm not sure. That'd be cool if
Yeah,
it was.
potentially. It is in talks, but I think we have come up with the decision that one step at a time.
Yep.
Let's not put our foot in 10 places yet, but it will happen.
Absolutely. Hey, and this question has actually been answered by Carmen. When we convert, would one CRU equal one WCRU? Yes, for the first 12 months, and then it'll be reviewed. So for the first 12 months, it is definitely a one-for-one conversion. And, of course, there is a fee for that. If it's anything over 10 million, then it's going to be $100. If it's up to $1 million, I think it's like $2 or something like that. There's very, very minimal fees anyway. It's not much. I can't remember off the top of my head. If anyone's got those figures, please feel free to chuck them in the chat. BTC works well. Is there a step-by-step guide in the weekly? There is a step-by-step guide in the weekly email. Thank you very much. Okay, cool. Here you go. If you just join the company and purchase WCRU, would you still need to pay the VIP fee, or is the Elite Club fee enough? What you've got to remember about this, and this addresses another question that's in here as well. Terry Cooper asked about the Elite and VIP. They're two very, very separate things. Okay, you've got to remember they're two very separate companies. Okay, we've got Evorich in the middle. Evorich is like here, it's the hub, and then we've got the Academy of Private Investor, we've got UGain, we've got UGPay, Basalt when that comes out, all of those things. Evorich is simply the marketing arm. All of these other things around Evorich, API, all of the things I mentioned, they are all separate entities. They don't talk to each other than to or through Evorich. So the API, the VIP club and the API, completely separate. It's definitely worth doing it because through that is how you're going to get access to the next latest offers. Okay? And if you've got people... it's how you get access to the next latest offers. If you're brand new, then my next comment wasn't going to refer to you realistically. The Elite Club, guys, is a completely different program. It's simply so you get a bonus, or we get bonuses inside of UGPay for WCRU. Okay. And another one of the questions that is in here is in the sheet here is is WCRU available in the public market? Not as yet, because there's no exchange that it's on. The only way you can acquire it is through Evorich and through UGPay. Anything to add to that, bro?
Yep, you have said it absolutely perfectly.
How did they get the
Cool.
UNTP calculations so wrong? Well, they didn't. They did. They did. But the figures they released on the amount of UNTB released per day was correct. And that's what that spreadsheet was that I did last week. Rita and I worked through that. Alan's already been through it as well. So those are the figures you want to work on. And no one ever said it was an exact science. So you shouldn't have been going, well, that's exactly what I'm going to get. You know, I thought that too for some time. And, you know, we need to take responsibility and have a look for ourselves. And this is the same with what's going on in the world right now. We've got to do our own research. We can't just rely on what other people tell us. So, unfortunately, wish we could. Will CRU have? Yep, I think we've already. Will CRU and WCRU have the same price on the exchange for the first 12 months? They'll kind of affect each other, I'd imagine. What are your thoughts on that, Haran? Do you see that question?
Can you bring it up?
Yep, I have. Will CRU and WCRU have the same price on the exchange for the first 12 months?
Okay. The way I understand it is a little bit different. Okay. All I know is essentially there's not going to be any more CRUs. That's going to become obsolete, and everything is going to be transferred to WCRU. Is that how you understand it as well,
From this question?
Andrew? No, like generally. Like
Well, yeah,
there's not going to be.
The idea is, but, you know, there's still going to be stragglers that don't do it. So,
Of course.
yeah.
Of course. So for the first 12 months, yes, 1-to-1 is going to be the way it's going to be. Value wise, it should technically mirror with a little bit of ups and downs. Okay. But otherwise, you got to understand it's crypto markets. As long everybody, we can't be enforcing a forced conversion on everyone. You know, if people don't do it, it's always a benefit for the company. You know what I mean? Hey, that there'll be tokens that never got, tokens that never got transferred at all.
Oh, absolutely.
And we can't blame anyone for that. Yeah. So it's exactly the people that needs to be blamed there. So all I will say is watch out. And when the conversion part happens, that's when we'll know for sure. But as far as I know now, should be the same value with a little bit of changes here and there for now. Probably like a couple cents or so.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just going through some of these other ones up in here as well.
Yeah, there's one question that caught up with me. It's by Tony. He asks us, has the Eventi questionnaire been finished yet? So let me address this, and Andrew, jump in anytime you need to. Okay. So we have had a couple of meetings last week to clear this up and everything. Let me get this clear, okay? If you guys knew what was the criteria to qualify to get that double CRU promo, then please do put it on the chat. I want to see how many of our very loyal people understands this. And I will actually mention the whole criteria. So the criteria was there were 3 types of tickets sold during Eventi. Okay. One was the Eventi celebration ticket, was $10. And then we had the masterclass ticket that only gave you access to the 2 days of training, and the Eventi ultimate pack, which came at a combo of both and kind of gave you the access to celebration and also the masterclass. So with that, we gave a promotion at that time that any purchases that happened on September, provided that you bought either the masterclass ticket or the ultimate ticket, or you buy a celebration and a masterclass ticket, that was also was accepted, and you need to do the test and need to get more than 60 or 70%, if I'm not wrong. Okay, it was around 16 questions that you need to get right. So with that, we also gave a bit of leeway, and we kind of reduced one, so made 15 to be passed. So there is few problems with this process. Some people didn't do the test. If people didn't do the test, do they qualify or not? That's the question. And the next thing is, if you didn't buy the right ticket, however, we have always gone and double checked who bought the ticket, even though you didn't have a ticket number. So we did the whole tally and we came up with the number. So the number is actually 1,500 people who qualified according to our list. However, we are still in the discussion to make a little bit of, something extra for everyone, I say. So it's all done. Since now everything has been syncing with the blockchain and stuff, you should be seeing something quite soon. But Andrew, would you like to add anything with this?
I'd just like to remind everyone, that you were never supposed to get any CAU for 12 months anyway.
Exactly.
So, people going, I haven't received my bonus. You were never going to receive it until September. But there's good news around that front as well, as Harren just alluded to. So, hopefully, we'll see something on that front very, very soon. It's definitely been done. It's been a long process. The hours that Sarah alone put into that is ridiculous. And she's not the only one that's been working on it. So it was a lot of collating to get it all sorted out. There was a lot of cross checks that needed to be done, and funnily enough, by the sounds of it, those cross checks might have been for naught. But anyway, good news is coming on that front.
But yeah, as I said, according to our list, that if we followed the whole process,
Yeah,
1,500 was the number. But don't panic, okay? Don't panic. Company will do something for you guys. So
panic.
just wait, okay? You might wake up one morning and you see, that's amazing. But then guys, also understand, doesn't mean that you bought a ticket at that time and you didn't buy anything on September, you expect to see a double CRU. It's only the purchases that happened on the month of September.
Mm-hmm.
So there were some lucky people out there who bought the gold coin at that time. Then hey, you got something coming up. Not
Absolutely.
2 gold coins, only CRU double. Okay.
You get a gold coin.
All right.
Okay. So there's heaps of questions coming through thick and fast this week. So thank you guys, appreciate it. Miners, will they get their own blockchain to be able to stake unblocked or blocked CAU? Well, yeah, you'll be able to generate and I think that was already answered actually by someone now that I think about it. You'll get the 12-word C phrase, you just won't be able to use the exchange, etc. So anyone can get a wallet at the moment.
Yeah,
available.
The wallet will be there, and Valentine did mention that there's few things will be taken care of that side as well. But of course, according to the law and stuff, miners are not allowed to. So
that's it.
But yeah.
So our very own Sam Karga's asked this question: can you please explain how VIP Club and Elite Club memberships, or lack thereof, will affect people's access discounts in the future projects, e.g. Basalt? Well, that's if you're not VIP, you won't get access to them. Simple as that. That's the VIP Club. You won't get access to. You won't be able to have access to the closed meetings. You must be a VIP member to get access to the closed meetings on the Saturday night, the one Saturday that we do per month. You won't get access to any of the new offers that come out. Or if you do, it won't be until well after the rush is finished. So it's been like being an early bird. The Elite Club membership is different, and as it is right now, it's $100. It is going to go up. In fact, $10,000 has been the fee that's been touted for the Elite Club membership, and that's still cheap to be able to get access to what those are. However, right now it's incredibly cheap. So it's 12 months subscription. Well, yeah, it's a 12-month membership. So you might as well get it while it's $100. But you'll definitely, if you're not VIP, you'll miss out on all the other offers. It's pretty much that simple.
Perfect.
This one here from Catherine. This is a good question, I think. When will CAU be made obsolete? I don't see that it will be. It's a utility token. So if it hasn't been traded for WCAU, until it gets traded, it's going to be out in the marketplace and people will be able to trade it. They'll be able to do what they like with it. So it won't be obsolete, so to speak, because it has a direct allocation of WCAU. So while it's still in the marketplace, somebody could essentially pick up a WCAU, right? So it's not going to be obsolete. Once it's traded, it gets burnt. So it'll never, ever come back into the market. So once the full, and remember there's only roughly 35 billion CAU being issued. So once those 35 billion have been exchanged for WCAU, that's it. They'll no longer exist. They'll just into thin air. So hopefully I answered that question.
Yeah. So the clear difference we can say is, how Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash kind of had this family dramas. So basically what they did was, imagine Bitcoin as a book, okay? And somebody went and copied the exact same book and added a bunch of new pages behind it, and that became Bitcoin Cash. That's not happening with CRU or WCR. Make sense? So this is just a direct conversion kind of thing is happening. If you understand the term that I'm using here, then please put one.
Yeah.
If not, then I'm sorry. I might have said something dumb.
No, no. I laughed when you said about Bitcoin Cash because of what just happened before we went on air.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to put this up. This has absolutely nothing to do with our Q&A today, but I'm going to put this up. Sorry, I'm late. I got my marlin home smoked. Now to sort it. Now, even though I can't see a picture, I know exactly who this is. So I want to do a
Yeah.
shout out to my father. Last week, he's 75 in March, and last week, over the weekend, he entered a fishing competition in Whangamata and caught a 120 kg marlin, striped marlin. It's the first marlin he's ever caught. He got third in the competition, or tied for third in the competition, and now it's home smoked. So big ups, Dad. Thank you. Congratulations on getting such a trophy fish. That's really cool.
So will it get like stuffed and put in the house
No,
as well?
it's already been cooked, man.
Oh, I thought
Apparently
that's what
the
you do
tail,
with like
apparently
big
the tail and the
fishes.
bill can be done as a trophy. So potentially, I don't know. I
Okay,
don't know.
cool. Well, Papa, that's amazing. Save us some. We'll come and get some
Yeah,
fish from
yeah. You
you.
better put some in the freezer for me. I'm verified in Global Unit Pay, so I'm able to get the card. Yes, that's correct. You are. Jimmy, how's that volume now? Hopefully, I've changed things up a little bit. I've turned Harren down and me up, so let me know if that's better. Asked out of interest, inactive. I asked out. Yeah, no, that's a good point, Catherine. So she asked out of interest. So I'm going to put this up for everyone to see. And the reason, yeah, and it's a good point. There's going to be a lot of accounts where they've got COU in them forever. So, but while they are there will still be a market, regardless if they're inactive or not. So until they are 100% switched for WCAU, there'll still be a market for CAU, which is kind of exciting. Imagine finding that little treasure trove down the track and getting into that account and going, wow, if I can still trade these for WCAU and they're worth $1,000. Wow, that's pretty cool when you think about it. That's right. GUP is not a requirement. Great questions. I see that you and TB are already staked in our blockchain. How is that possible? Look, this is a good question. I see that you and TB are already staked in our blockchain. How is that possible? Now, the reason is because there's still testing going on there at the moment. So they've got testers in there, and they're checking the functionality of it, making sure that it's all worked. Before we get our wallets, I dare say that will all be zeroed out again.
Yes.
Can the public buy CAU?
Yes.
The public can only buy CAU by becoming members through Evorich. Actually, they can't buy CAU at all now. They can't buy CAU at all now. Not until it's on the exchange, because you can't get CAU with any of your packages anymore. So you'll be able to buy it once it's on the exchange or once the exchange is open, but yeah, not until then.
Perfect. Would you like to take the next question from Paul Winkler? Why is the website
Winkler.
stomarket.com is reporting that the current amount raised is zero, and why is UGPay not in the list of markets on their site yet? What would your comment be on that statement?
My comment on that statement is I have no comment on that statement. What's your comment? That question.
My comment is the stomarket.com with the UGPay group on, that is not a page that is been which been put out by our organization, as far as I understand. That is a private page. With the private page, some data has not been updated there, but I would personally, because I'm only saying this because I did not see it came out in an official news forum from our company.
Yeah.
Unless it did, Andrew, correct me, but as far as I understand, it was not announced by us, and it was something roaming around in the.
It did come out on the news just a couple of days ago, but it was this question's much older than that. This is from the 11th of February.
Okay.
It did come out a couple of days ago. However, you are correct in what you've said. So I don't know if it's been updated since the 11th. It may have been. If I was to guess, and that's all it would be. That's all I could say. Is that probably because
we'll wait
didn't
and
raise
see.
the funds?
Yeah, not yet.
No. Not yet. Not
So
yet.
I would say wait and see, guys, because everything is fairly new. I know that stomarket.com is a legitimate website, as in they list STO tokens, but as far as that particular page and all the updating part, I would just wait and see. We'll see.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. So you've got some other questions in here too, Paul, which is why am I getting the request for adding funds balance has been declined? Possibly because of the card you're using. Either try Bitcoin or a different card. Now, as frustrating as that is, I don't know, because I went through the same thing. It does work with other cards. There's just not all of them. So if you've got a TransferWise account and have a TransferWise card or can order a TransferWise debit card, that definitely works because I've used it.
Perfect.
Apparently Wirex has worked as well, Wirex card. And I know ING was working, but somebody here today has had a little bit of issues with that.
Yep.
Westpac working.
We,
I don't know which country you're in, sorry, Paul.
we just got the message back that it has been updated yesterday. So go have a look. Let us know what do you think.
Which has been updated
The
yesterday.
UGPay.
Ah, cool.
UGPay on the STM mark.
And you've got other question here too, Paul. Please tell me that I've not missed out on buying WCA at the lowest price. No, because that's been extended. Well, you're not missing out on buying it at the lowest price anyway. As I mentioned before, the price is still the price. The price hasn't changed at all. The bonus you receive with it may, and of course, if you're an Elite Club member, you get a bonus again, and you get that bonus in conjunction with the 35% that they've offered, and that was extended from the 14th, so it was from the 10th to the 14th, and that was extended until the 20th. So you still have 2 days to take advantage of that. If you're still having trouble getting money in, talk to someone who hasn't and see if you can do a deal with them to use their card or whatever. That's, start thinking outside the box, guys. This is the thing. We need to start thinking about these other possibilities for ourselves. Perhaps somebody... I was going to say, perhaps somebody here... Alan used to do a Bitcoin thing where they do big uploads in Bitcoin and then transfer it to people's accounts. So that's still a possibility too. But, think outside the box just a little bit.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of the old Unitsky days, when we were struggling to put money in, and we will try to figure out really, really awesome ways to put money in. Because at that time, we had much more smaller number of people. So not many people were liquid in terms of units as well at that time. Yeah, and we used to work out Bitcoins and go to banks and use third-party transfer agents. I think it was Perfect Money was one of those most famous ones at that time. So, but anyways,
I've got a good experience
just reminiscing.
Perfect Money. Perfect Money cost me women lots of money. But anyway, hey, Thuk's asked this question here. I hope I've pronounced your name right. Thuk Juan. Just wondering, is the 365-day blocked mean totally blocked during the 365 days, or within 365 days they'll be released from time to time? No, totally blocked. So they're actually blocked for 4 years. 4 years. And they start unlocking at 365 days. So at 365 days, it'll be released at 1% per month for the first 6 months, and then it'll increase to 1.5% for 6 months, then it'll go to 2%, and then it'll increase, and eventually you'll all be unlocked after 4 years. That's how that runs. Anything to add to that?
No, simple words is 1 year, no touch. Second year, we give you some. Third year, we give you some more. Fourth year, we'll give you some more, and then after that, it's all yours.
And if you missed Maria Antonenko's blockchain webinar last Friday, you should do yourself a favor and go and watch it. There's some really good information on that, particularly about when trading your CRU for WCRU. So you'll have an option, and it's towards the latter end of that webinar. I think it's about in the last 10 minutes. But you'll have an option when you go to trade or exchange your CRU for WCRU. You'll literally see a graph of what's due to unlock in the next sort of 6 months, and you can make that decision and go, well, no, I'm not going to trade that because it'll be unlocked and liquid before So you will have options available to you. So definitely think about it a little bit.
Cool. We do have a question from some people regarding data mining. I think it's probably a good idea to address it from our side as well. Andrew, what do you think?
Anyway, okay.
Cool. So
now that makes sense. I was thinking direct message. Man, I'm so dumb
Ah.
sometimes.
So, guys, as far as I understand, the data mining project did not go in the direction that our CEO wanted it to go. As far as things goes, I think there's still some kind of engagement still happening where they need to get their act right before they come back. But some few things that were promised in certain deadlines did not happen. So with that, we have cut some engagements for now. It might be temporary, might be permanent. We don't know yet. But however, no disrespect to the project managers. It was headed by Marshall and
Marshall did a
what's
great
the
job.
other guy? Marshall and Boris did an amazing job in
Yep.
getting everything right. And also we have Alexander Neymark and his right hand man, the engineer. They did an amazing job as well. It worked. It
It's a great
definitely
product.
worked. It significantly increased my LinkedIn contacts and few things. However, um, the ultimate goal that Andre wanted did not happen. So as far as things goes, I think there is a reimbursement thing going on.
Mhm.
Andre did say that there'll be some CRUs will be given as well for as a sorry or something like that.
And it'll be double.
So I
It'll be
think
doubled. So the value of whatever
yeah,
you purchased will be doubled the amount of so whatever you could purchase for CAU for the same price will be doubled for you.
yeah.
And
So
guys, think about that in context. It's got to happen reasonably soon because we're opening the wallets. So that's going to be allocated. And they need to be allocated before those wallets are opened.
yeah, so again, guys, I'm talking this on a little bit of frustration as well. Don't get me wrong, okay? There are a lot of people who are in our organization, and I would say uplines, downlines need to kind of have a good relationship, uh, because there are people who don't watch the news, like as in our company news. They don't plug in into any of those webinars, okay, and they don't make the effort or attempt to come in, get certain question answered, and then you will have questions that have been answered 5 weeks ago asked again. Okay, again, I'm sorry, you are entitled to ask that question, we get that. However, before you do that, go do some
Research.
reading or research by yourself, because if you are probably in part of the group in like the global Evorich chat, or any of your personal leaders have created a certain group, like I know I have a couple of groups with my network, Andrew does and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If that question is something, say staking, for example, okay, all you got to do is just go to WhatsApp and there's a search button there and you put staking. You will see whatever message that probably been communicated as staking would be there on the chat.
Yep.
You probably be lucky that your first or second search tab there in your chat, your very own chat, could be that answer you're looking for. Or if you have a personal upline, give your upline a call first, then come and reach everybody else, because have that education for yourself, because at the moment everybody, I personally feel some people are not going and reaching out for the answer, because when in early days, me and Andrew, we were not kind of the people that keep bugging Neil or anyone. We did the research ourselves, and I think at sometimes we were ahead of some people. So you know
Sometimes, often.
so there you go. So with that, guys, a humble request from my side, before you do any asking of questions, then please do check.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that, Heron. And you did right, mate. You did right. Hey, I'm going to put this up on the screen. I heard yesterday that the second phase of WCAU unblocking, the 10 years, has been reduced at the entire 80 billion unblocked over 4 years. Is this still correct, or is it still 10 years of the second phase? So I honestly think this was a mistranslation, because nowhere that I can find was it ever said that it was going to be blocked for 10 years, ever. It was always going to be a 4-year unlocking period. Now, what was differentiated was that the extra 45 billion would be released over 10 years. So it would take 10 years for those to be released. And then, of course, their 4-year unlocking period starts when they're released, when they're allocated. So I do believe that was a miscommunication. Rita sought clarification from me on that, and I said, let's go and ask Maria. So she did exactly that, and Maria come back and went, nope, 4 years. 4 years. And when I asked Andre, because it was Andre that apparently said it on a webinar, he goes, let me double check with Maria. So I already know what Maria's answer was. So anything to add to that, Heron?
Yeah.
No, cool.
Simple.
Simple. Okay, I'm just reading some of these other ones. Look.
I got it.
Go.
Go on.
No. It was another question. I can put that up in a second. What were you going to say?
Yeah, no, I was just saying that over to Papa, because now I'm actually craving some fish, and I just messaged Mom, let's go buy fish.
Let's go have some fish.
So, anyways, the question.
The question was to this one right here. Andrew, will CRU be the same value as WCO and the exchange, or will have its own value? Well, they are independent, but they're kind of inherently linked as well. So one will probably drive the other. Keep in mind that UGPay get to set the sell price when WCOU first goes on the market, like any company does with an IPO. They get to set the sell price, okay? And given the fact that that cannot be sold, none of it can be sold for a minimum of 12 months, 365 days, and at that point only 1% is going to be unlocked, that price will likely hold. Now, given the other side of it, and this is my understanding, it's a very rudimentary understanding, given that CRU is 100% exchangeable one-for-one with WCRU, if CRU goes up because of demand, then that could potentially drive the price of WCRU as well. That would be a correct logic, wouldn't it, Heron?
Yes, absolutely.
So they are inherently linked, but they're independent as well. So they'll have a very similar value all the way through until the one-for-one changes, whatever that looks like.
And I hope it shouldn't be a very hard process moving forward. While we're talking about a movie reference came to my mind. I don't know if people can relate to this. You remember the movie Tron, Andrew?
I've never seen Tron, but yeah, I know the movie.
Yeah. So in the first scene when the father, Flynn, tries to create the whole universe, he goes into this digital world and he makes Clue. Clue is the clone version of him, the digital version of him. So everything is same. Flynn is Clue, but then Clue goes and creates this whole big empire. So that's what I was kind of going at. CRU is like Flynn, and then you have WCRU, which is going to be the clone of it, and the conversion, everything is going to happen, and then WCRU is going to do amazing stuff.
Okay.
If you get movie reference, guys.
Probably had to watch
if
the movie.
If you get movie reference,
you should. You know what? I usually do. Actually, for those who weren't at Springwood last night, I'm going to embarrass Rita just because I love her so much. And she was giving a movie reference, and she goes, in man, I can't even remember what the movie was now that she was quoting. Ocean's 11. She goes, in Ocean's 11, and because we were talking about seed phrases and all what your wallet's going to be worth. And she goes, and they stole it. You could be in a safe, and like they did in Ocean's 11, and they women cut a hole in the floor, and the safe fell out, and they took it out in a boat, and I went, that was their talent job. Love you, Rita. Love you.
Hey, at least she was in the right genre.
Well, yeah, true, 100%.
She just got the name mixed up.
Yeah.
A bunch of Italians in Ocean's 11 too.
Yeah. Maybe even some of the same actors. Hold on, is there? No.
I don't know, maybe.
No. So there's a Donna, I saw your question up there before too. It was great to meet you last night, and seriously, you should have just stayed in my face and spoken, and don't be shy. On the exchange, there will be only the sale of CRU and UNTB. What is the process to get funds onto the exchange to buy UNTB? I would say through GUP. There may be other ways, but like as in transferring in Bitcoin or something like that, because the exchange will have those other currencies on there. That's one of the currencies, so that's another way you can get it in there to buy UNTB.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add on that? That's about right, eh?
No. Yep.
Okay, this one here, Barry. I don't know that there will be a timeline on the CAU tab being closed, just like the TNG tab. We haven't had any innovative transport pipes available in EIPs for over 12 months, and that tab is still available. So at this stage, no, I don't think so. Nothing in the planning right now. So I would say for right now, just assume that it's going to stay there. Okay, so this has come up a few times today, so people want this answer. People last webinar gave a calculator of the staking CAU to UNTB, but according to the white paper, it's written as 100 to 40. Look, you can listen to the white paper if you like. If you read the white paper fully, you'll also see that it says there is a limited amount of tokens released per day. The calculator that was created is based upon that. So read into that whatever you like. I know I'd rather be err on the side of caution. So I want to be conservative rather than over optimistic. I mean, I'd love for it to be 40 or 40 and 100 or 40 and 1,000 even, but that's not actually quite the case. So it works out at a point, because there's 6,119 tokens released per day of UNTB, which I think works out to 240,360,000 tokens for the month if it's a 30 days, and you'll be able to see that in that calculator. So at 6 million per day, it works out at a point at about 0.006912 UNTB per CAU. That's what it works out at. And that's based upon the figures that are in the white paper. So you can either take the N figures or the 40. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But I know that I'd rather be conservative than over-optimistic. Hello, Elena Papina. Good to see you. You're up early. You're up really early. Are you feeling all
She
right?
probably didn't even go to sleep.
Well, possibly not. Possibly not. I like that, Donna. Not shy, Andrew. Slowly working my way, and then boom. I love it. Love it. That's a bit like me sometimes. I'm trying to get my head around unblocked CA if this could be traded between members only. Look, this is a good question. This is really cool. Anyone that has a wallet, you will be able to trade with. And at this stage, the only way you can get a wallet is to become registered and open it that way. At this stage, I dare say that people will be able to get the wallet relatively soon afterwards. What are your thoughts on that, Heron? Because obviously, a wallet's it's if it's only for our members, then that's kind of pointless. You'll be able to, you can send it between each other, no problem. Obviously, on the exchange, if people are buying on the exchange, they're going to need a wallet to put it into. So they will have a wallet that will work for our token for CAU.
Yep. Did anyone see Josh Tatafu's message yesterday?
It was gold. It was gold. Would have been perfect for an April Fool's, but it was gold nonetheless.
Exactly. I was thinking that. I was like, that was amazing. If you guys didn't know what I mean, just go give a friend request to Josh and go and see what he put in status last night. That would be, it was actually pretty cool.
I want a big shout out to Amber, who actually volunteered and was pretty excited to do the job, and then realised that go and read it. You'll see what I mean. It's funny. So if you don't verify it on GUP, can you verify on Unitex Exchange? Look, guys, they're separate entities, so yes, you will be able to. It'll probably be a similar verification process, though. So I don't know how that's going to look yet, but anyway, that's it'll potentially be similar, but they are separate entities, so you don't have to be verified on GUP to be verified in Unitex. My understanding. You got anything else on here? I pay.
Catherine Hudson has asked one question. Maybe it's no dumb question, Catherine. We're more than happy to answer this. If I buy a Bitcoin and etc., so she's probably talking about other crypto assets, is it possible to send it to the wallet within our company? Essentially, moving forward, that's what our organization wants. That people are storing, and actively trading within our own exchange. It will be possible. We will be supporting Bitcoin and so on. But however, I don't say straight away, don't go buy 10 Bitcoins and check it in our exchange as of yet. Slowly, one step at a time, make sure our exchange becomes stable, always have this, kind of feeling that, yep, that's correct. I'm pretty sure it's all good now, and then do that. Because last night I was in Polonoix, okay? That's one of the biggest traders out there. And the thing is, yesterday, for I think it was about 2.5 hours they went on maintenance mode. Okay. So just imagine how many people that were actively trading at that time got really panicked. Okay, because those 2.5 hours, the whatever coins at that time, like Bitcoin was literally up and down $1,000, and Ethereum was up and down about $80. So for some people, that is what is that? Can't see it.
1902 for Ethereum right now.
I reckon it'll go to 2000 today. Just hint, hint, wink, wink. Um, well, anyway.
Shall I tell them your last 24 hours track record or?
Hey, my last 24 hours, okay, I just calculated. I'm actually up $1,100.
Well
Okay,
done.
but I've lost $460 in the game as well, which
You
is
lost
this
the opportunity
morning.
for. If you're still up 1,000, then you've lost
Yeah.
the opportunity for. That's all good.
Yeah.
And
So
it's,
my goal is go on.
no, I was just going to say that's how I look at it too, because I'm still up as well, realistically.
Yeah. So my goal is to make a minimum of $250 every day just on trading, and that over 30 days. Imagine what's going to happen. And I'm actively trying to do that, but sometimes it's very frustrating. But however, um, yeah, so as I said, 2.5 hours, a lot of people missed out on that. So that was just a basic maintenance mode. Okay.
Yep.
So imagine that, our system as is, if it's going to take some time to become more stable, then I'm leaving that option and the decision up to you guys. Take one step at a time. Okay.
That's right. Hey, Amber Kopska? That's probably not. I probably haven't said that night. But Amber, you've asked about a question. You've got $100 that you've paid that hasn't arrived in your GU Pay account yet. Please, can you message me privately, and I need your ID, your unique ID in GUP, and I should be able to get that sorted for you. I've fixed a couple of those this week. So we've already gone through that. What's the process to top up VIP account after the launch of the exchange? You should be able to top it up with USDU, but there'll be the top up options will be available in there. You'll be able to see exactly what that is, but probably USDU, maybe in probably the ways that are there now, cryptocurrencies. The company would obviously want to use their tokens where possible. This is a good one here from Susan Evans. It's the last one on this page. Last one. I'll get to the other one as well, but this one here from Susan. I've got a team member. This is going to be pertinent for everyone. I have a team member who is a pensioner and is wondering how to handle her CA units in the future, e.g. tax. How much could she take out? I mentioned last week there could be some interesting training. Would be very beneficial. That's definitely coming up. Now, I have my views on tax because I have done a lot of research. It's not shared. My views are not necessarily shared by the majority of people that are still plugged into the mainstream. However, I do know that what I do know is factual. That said, you still need to get your own tax advice. There's definitely going to be implications for people if you don't do the research. That's what I would say. So you want to talk to the right people. We're going to start conducting some workshops here. We'll do our best to video them, record them. I don't know that they'll be live streamed depending on who does them. They won't be live streamed publicly. If they are, it'll only be for groups. Because despite the fact that what I know is factual, the powers that be don't like people informing other people about it. Because the more people that know about it, yeah. Okay, so... But it is 100% legitimate what I know. Anyway, this other one here, before I get to these other ones in here, up on the screen, the original Eventi, actually, there's one here from William that I'm going to come back to. The original Eventi 8% staking through the back office was paid returns in CAU. Since then, WCAU has replaced as has replaced CAU as the security token. Now, guys, I know this is going to be hard to hear. CAU was never actually a security token, okay? That's why we've got WCAU. Does this mean that the new Eventi staking blockchain will be paid in WCAU? No. All of the staking has been allocated in CAU. Okay, that's included in the 35 billion. So you will receive it in CAU, which is fine. You know, you get it in CAU, be able to exchange it for WCAU later down the track. Obviously, the unlock stuff, you will be able to trade straight away. Anything to add to that, bro?
No, absolutely good. Just wanted to. Is that the end of the questions we got, or is there more coming?
There's just one more that I want to cover from William Pawson.
Yeah, go for it.
Because he's apparently got two different answers from myself and from Rita. But the second part of your question, I won't go through the first part, William. The second part, though, the reason why it's such an important question, you say it directly affects the Evorich staking program. If all WCAU could be sold in 3 years, etc., etc. This comes back to what I said before, is that they can't all be sold because there's only 80 billion total, okay? And if there was 80 billion CAU released right now today as we speak, then those 80 billion could be exchanged for WCAU and then they would disappear. So there's only 80 billion total. That's what we need to get our heads around. The second part of that, they could find it significantly less, but they could also find it significantly higher. And that's part of that. That can be a speculative thing, and I did mention that a few months back as well in a Q&A. And that's exactly what Andre's doing. He's got, I'm going to allocate this much for that and see what happens. So there's always going to be a market for that CAU. And it's probably still, even down the track, probably still going to be significantly higher in value than what you acquired it for to start with. So I wouldn't be worried too much about that. Personally, I'm not worried too much about that. I know it does worry a lot of people, and it affects the decision-making process. You've just got to make the decision you can with the information you've got. But yeah, that's it from those. Paka paka.
Perfect. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool with all this thing happening. I just got some news just came up to me. I'm sure everybody heard that Apple and MasterCard is actually buying into Bitcoin as well. This is probably about 2 days old, this news. I don't know if you guys heard about it. And they actually not doing it by just just go and buy a Bitcoin. There's actually using one of the oldest financial investment firm. They call BNY Mellon. Have you heard about them?
Mm-hmm.
They will be the custodians of the Bitcoins for these two big organizations. So it's pretty cool. And it actually means something because these big organizations are getting into this. Means bank would be able to create their own stable coins, which will actually properly regulate with the current monetary system, unlike USDT or Tether. So you're also probably going to see a lot of crypto loans happening as well. Why I'm saying this, okay? It's because this cryptocurrency space 10 years ago we thought it's taboo. Now everyone is adopting and embracing it. And I think as far as our organization goes, we are kind of at the right place at the right time, and let's hope everything falls into place correctly where we actually all gonna win soon, because a lot of people out there, I still think the percentage of people knowing Bitcoin on a global population scale is less than 15% of the people knows about this. But sooner or later the cryptocurrency space is going to take over at least half of that, and then you're going to see how it's going to be changing. And we all, I would say, are early adopters, so which is very quite interesting. So
Absolutely.
guys, do your own education, go read what's happening in the market right now. So with that, that's all from me. Harren, Arun, stay classy.
Oh, you finished? You're checking out.
Two
I'm going to
minutes
put
to
this up
go.
because there are still a couple of other questions. So if we stake for 3
All
years,
right.
because this is a follow-on from what I just said, and after 3 years we get our CAU back, if we get 100,000 CAU and the price is $10 and WCAU is 100 by then, we just convert the difference, or you think the price will almost be the same between CAU and WCAU after 3 years? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. I can tell you what I'm prepared to do, and I can tell you what Andre's doing. Andre believes that it's going to be higher than the WCAU. So, and it definitely has the potential to that because it's freely traded on the market. It'll be able to be freely traded on the market because it's unlocked. So if people, it's about, and there's only a finite supply of it because a lot of people will have already traded it, okay, or already exchanged it. But it'll be a way for people to get into that market. And if they know the future potential and if they can see the trend lines on what WCAU is doing, there's a potential there that it's going to be worth a lot more. Who knows? I don't know that for a fact. I'm prepared to speculate a little bit on it. Oop, it's up past one. I'm prepared to speculate on it a little bit personally. But that is, and it is exactly what I said. It is a little bit of speculation. I'm not putting all my eggs there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll answer that one. Barry Joe, no one can get your money out of the main account because that's not what it's designed for, only the bonus account. I do realise there are people that are trapped. I did see your question before, so if you want to flick me a message and we can have a chat about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew, we good? No more questions? Because I want to say something.
That's it.
When I say the Mercedes Maybach GLS 600 automatic, what comes in your mind?
A car?
Yeah, Google it up. I just want to let everyone go see this car. The Mercedes Maybach GLS
It's a beautiful
600
car.
automatic. And I just looked at this car last week, and I'm looking at it right now in front of me because it came up in my feed. And what an amazing, sexy car it is. And I looked at the price. Yeah, I'm looking at the price, and hey, this is affordable. Soon.
Of course it's affordable.
Soon.
All right, guys, so it is 1:30. It has been a pleasure to be with you all today and every week. Been great to be here with you too, my buddy Heron. And hey, he may be in the studio next week or the week after. That could be pretty cool. Although it will get very hot in here again. But could be fun. But anyway, guys, it's been great to be here with you. Really appreciate yous all. Love yous. Nothing inspiring for you today, just other than, hey, we're just getting started, but we're real close to getting some resolution for a lot of people too, which is very, very cool. Anyway, have an amazing day, guys. You certainly deserve it. Take care.